Hi guys, good morning, or at least it's morning for me. I am doing a get ready with me. We'll just say this is another like primer to wig one. I am totally exhausted. I did sleep last night. I slept from like 2:30 to 8. So not bad. Like 6 hours. I genuinely thought I was going to have insomnia again and just be totally fucked. But thankfully, sometime around like 2:30, I was able to zonk out. So that's good. But anywho, two of my siblings, like I said, I'm the oldest of 7. Two of them are going to come over today and hang out with me because I haven't seen them in a little while. So I'm really excited about that. In my previous vlog, I showed my sister's hockey game. So it's that little sister and her older brother. Still my little brother, but, he's going to be 20 in August, which is fucking crazy, but I digress. Yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to start by taking a makeup wipe to my face, just to get rid of the skincare from last night, the face oils, when you sleep, your skin sort of regenerates itself, and, a lot of oils and stuff. Sorry, cat. Come in. Go. Go on. Meow. Oh, goodness. I swear, when I start filming, it's like she knows, and she's like, gotta make noise. So, yeah. So first we're gonna take a makeup wipe and just clean off all the gunk on our skin from last night. I also have some mascara under my eyes, so we're gonna get rid of that too, because that's annoying. Alright, that's pretty good. Set that aside because we'll use it to clean our piercings in a little while. Let me just wipe my face a little bit. Alright. Fuddle with our wig cap. Alright, cool. Now we are going to take our good old friend here, the Essence Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer. As I've said in previous videos, this stuff is just really freaking cool. The quality is fucking great. I just really like it. It's a good primer. Definitely underrated. I think people are still sleeping on this because it's new and it's Essence, so nobody's really going to give it a second look. I try to recommend it to people just so they'll give it a chance. So, the best I could do is spread the word. That's a little too much, but that's okay. That's okay. Also, speaking of this primer, I finally figured out the word that I was looking for to describe my skin afterwards. Not sticky, tacky. It's like the primer is tacky. Which, as I said, with certain foundations and concealers and stuff, depending on what you're putting on your face, having a tacky base is a good thing. It helps with the longevity of foundation, and that's always a good thing. Like I said, the e.l.f. Grip Primer has like a tacky consistency. There's some others I just can't think of right now, but yeah. Okay. So, the only thing that's going to be a little different, most of these products you guys have seen before, except for two that I'm going to be using. And the first, I'm giving this new concealer a try. It is the Born This Way Ethereal Light Illuminating Smoothing Concealer. This one. And I got the shade Buttercup. Excuse me. So sorry about that. Sneeze snuck up on me. So yeah, I got the shade Buttercup because it's still one of the lighter shades in the collection. It's just not like white. Like the lightest color in the collection is very, very fair. To the point where it would probably come across almost white on my skin, and that kind of used to be what I would go for. Like a year or two ago, I was very like drastic with my concealer, but after finding my color in the Tarte concealer, that one's still a couple shades lighter than my skin tone, but it doesn't look white based. So I swatched a couple colors in the store and I landed on Buttercup. So we are going to open this up and give it a try. Oopsie. All right, set the box aside just in case I have to return it. All right. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's like one shade lighter than my Tarte one. So that's pretty good. Like I said, as far as picking a color for myself, I think I did pretty good. This looks okay, at least in the bottle. Anywho, so we're gonna try this bad boy out. Mix it up a little just in case it's been sitting for a bit. All right. Okay, so this is an interesting little doe foot. Doesn't smell horrible, which is cool. The only thing I'm noticing is not a lot is getting on the doe foot. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I won't lie, not a lot is coming out. That's actually really annoying. That's because if you look inside there's like a tight, see that small hole? I think that's like taking off what I'm getting on the doe foot. Like, that's kind of obnoxious. I won't lie. especially somebody like me that uses a lot of concealer, like, huh, that's all right. No reason to be discouraged, just keep on trucking, because hopefully, come on, yeah, hopefully this formula works out. But I will say, as far as initial negativity, I don't like the packaging, because the packaging is fucking with how much product I'm getting out of it. Oh, God. There we go. Yeah, this is obnoxious. Okay. Like I said, that's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, set that aside for a second. Do I need to do anything else? Not really. Take our wet concealer sponge. Okay, so I won't lie. It is a thinner formula than what I expected. All right. Yeah, it's a good color. I don't know about this formula. Like I said, it is a little thin. One sec. It is a little thin. I might actually do a second layer underneath the eyes. It looks fine, you know. It's just so far the packaging is a pain in the ass, and the formula is a little thin. It's unfortunate because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of Too Faced to begin with. You know, not to like sound shitty or anything. It's just like, I don't know. I like Too Faced is fine, but it's like I'm not impressed with their palette color stories. I think their palettes are either boring or ugly. Um, you know, their foundation and concealer seems to work for a lot of people, which is cool. The lip plumpers are fine, just pricey for their quality. Yeah, I'm just not like the biggest fan of Too Faced to begin with. But their normal Born This Way formula is apparently really good. So if this doesn't work out, because so far I'm probably, so far I don't like it, so I might return it. But if I do, I'll try or at least attempt to find my color in the regular Born This Way concealer formula, because I've heard really great stuff about that. And I actually color matched somebody to it the other day. And she was like, yeah, I really like this stuff. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, I might give that a try, since this one is kind of like me. So now we're taking our Juvia's Place powder in Madrid. As you can see, I am working my way through it here. This particular color is sold out at my store. Actually 2 stores near me, my store and then another one, are sold out of this color. So when I repurchase this, because I'll be honest, I do want to repurchase it, just to have, because like I said, it's a good powder, especially color wise for me. So yeah, if I do repurchase it anytime soon, it will be online. Which y'all know how I feel about buying Juvia's Place online. But, I got my color. I already know my color. So this is way easier than starting from scratch. So, yeah. So I just did a coat on my eyelids. Now we are going to... a little bit of texture on my nose, but that's no big deal. We know the drill. I'm really sorry. My throat's been kind of like weird this morning. Very dry. When my throat is super dry, it like activates my gag reflex, so I cough until I gag. Like, it's gross, and I apologize, but I just woke up with like a really dry throat this morning, so I assume maybe I slept with my mouth open or something. All right, but now we are going to take our Essence Super Precise Eyeliner, tried and true, good old friend here. Always shake your eyeliner because you never know. Cool. Oh, did I accidentally open a new one? Fuck. That's okay. I have like 3 of these, and it's hard to tell which one's open. I have to put like a sticker or something on it, but that's okay. Oh dear. They're a little off, but nothing that I can't maneuver around. And honestly, I'm not really doing like much as far as like going out and doing stuff. Like I said, I'm hanging out with my siblings today, so if my eyeliner's a little wonky, I don't think they're gonna care. All right. Oh, fuck, those are not even. That's okay. Everything is fixable. Yeah. Literally two different shapes. Katie, are you good? Like, you alright? Okay, did I just fucking make it worse? No, we're gonna make this match the other side. Okay. That fixed it a little bit. Yeah, okay, that fixed it a little bit. These wings are ugly as fuck. Wow. That's okay. I can fill them in, and then I can fix the points and make them sharper. But in the meantime, I'm going to fill this in. Because as I've said in the past, if you fill in the lines first, you know, you can really see the shape better than just a sketch. In my opinion, that's what works for me. Very good. Like I said, I'm going to fix the points so they're not so dull. And I think that'll make it look better. But we'll see. Gotta fill them in first. Oh God, I hear the kitten outside the door. So I will say, I'm noticing, see how it's not as black as it should be? And I know for a fact that it's not the Essence eyeliner. I'm thinking it's the concealer underneath it. So, yeah, because you guys, of all the times I've used Essence, I know, as I've said, as the bottle gets older, the formula will lose pigmentation. But this bottle that I am using, as you guys saw like 5 minutes ago, this is a brand new bottle. So it should be significantly darker than this. So the only thing I can think is that the color underneath it, the concealer, at least the formula of the concealer, is kind of fucking with it. Which is unfortunate, but you know, that's okay. We just, like I said, we return it, we try a different formula, and we just keep going. Yeah, okay, let's fix these points, because this be looking wacky. One point. 2 points. Little better, little better. They're a little inconsistent, but honestly, that's okay. Like I said, I don't feel pressured to have perfect eyeliner today. Because as I said, I am spending time with family, and they are definitely not going to notice that my eyeliner's wonky, because we're going to be hanging out. Like, they're going to be more, like, they're not going to be looking and be like, oh, your eyeliner's weird. Like, no. All right. That's really embarrassing. I'm really sorry. Like I said, my throat's just like dry and kind of fucky right now. As I previously stated, I think I slept with my mouth open, and that's probably why I'm like, bleh. Okay. Now we're going to take our brand new Urban Decay Perversion pencil, because my other one was this big, and I had it for a while, so I finally threw it out just for sanitary reasons, and because it was literally this big. So, like, what was I going to use it for? I also got rid of the Essence pencil I was using, just because I couldn't, it wasn't black enough, and it just kept breaking. So I don't know if like had to do with the quality of the pencil, because the pencil was like $3 or $4. So, you know, I tried, you know, I used it for a while, but I was able to repurchase Perversion. So I didn't feel the need to keep the Essence one. I didn't need it anymore. Because it was really just me hanging on until I could buy another one of these. So I finally got another one. Our beautiful point. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to press down too hard, obviously, because it'll break it. So I'm just going to do my inner corner and my little line right here. Ooh, I goofed that a little bit. That's okay. There we go. Yeah, I love when it's a super point. I can never get it to sharpen to this point. I think I have a crappy sharpener, to be honest. Or it could just be me. I don't know. Perfect. Yeah, okay. Oops, that's okay. I will say, a lot of concealer is coming off on this pencil. More than the Tarte ever does. So that's definitely interesting. I'm going to take this makeup wipe and clean up this pencil so that it doesn't get off gross because of the concealer. There we go. Perfect. Sometimes if the pencil is a little dull, I can't get the proper inner corner. Like it'll be, you know, like you've seen it in other videos. It's just, it's not sharp like this. It's kind of like, so I love when the pencil starts out because it's that perfect point. Yeah, do this, do that. All right, next. Oh yeah, okay, so the liner didn't come out that bad. I just had to like fix the points to make it look more even than it actually is. Anywho, we are taking our ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation in the color Fair 30N. If you can see that. It is kind of tiny writing. There we go. I can never get my phone to focus on like any of the products. Or the product names, I should say. It's actually really funny. It's just like, nope. So yeah, I'm going to use this today because I don't know, my skin's a little dry. I don't really want to use my heavier foundation today, my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I don't want to use that today. Just one, because I'm not up to anything that would require me to have long-term foundation wear. So, you know, I save the Can't Stop Won't Stop for when I have a long day ahead of me or I'm going to work and I need something like, you know, locked and loaded. So yeah, Can't Stop Won't Stop is still my favorite foundation, even though I'm using it a little less, at least in videos. But, you know, between having dry skin lately and, you know, just not really needing to use it, because like I said, I don't have work today. I don't have a super long day. And that's really the type of day that foundation is better for. Like if I need to be in makeup for like over 8 hours, then I'll reach for my Can't Stop Won't Stop, because, you know, I can rave about that foundation all day. You know, it is my favorite. I'm just not, you know, it's just not necessary for me to use it today just because, you know, I'm not going to need to be in makeup for 12 hours or whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're going in with our ColourPop. Doot, doot. So I made a video the other day that I'm actually very proud of. And that would be my my body dysmorphia video, reflecting on the video I made 6 years ago. And just talking about how far I've come as far as mental health and my relationship with my body and, you know, my relationship with my body dysmorphia. And yeah, I'm really proud of that video because I didn't know if I was going to be able to be as brutally honest as I was. I wasn't sure if, because I'll be honest, I didn't want to make anybody upset. I do have family that watches my channel. I have a few friends that are supportive and occasionally watch my channel. But especially the family members that check out my videos, I don't want to make them upset with the, you know, first of all, the harsh things I was saying, the deep truths that I was admitting about myself. Some of the things I said can be kind of upsetting for people who care about me and people who didn't know about my struggles. Like, you know, I never want to upset anybody with my videos, but it was really important to me to, you know, make that video, and just, you know, have that reflection and that ability to discuss something difficult, in a way where, you know, it's body dysmorphia. It's a, not mental illness. I guess it's a mental illness. I don't technically know how it is medically classified. So I believe it's a mental illness, but I don't know how to discuss it from the medical point of view. I can only discuss it from my point of view as someone who has had body dysmorphia since, oh God. Yeah, maybe since I was like 13. Like, it's, you know, I've had body dysmorphia since like puberty. And, you know, I'm 29 and I'm just now focusing and working and fighting for my self-love. And I feel really, really excited about that. I feel grateful. I feel empowered. You know, I just, when you struggle with something your whole life and then all of a sudden you know, it's like, this is going to sound corny. It's like in like Dungeons and Dragons when it's like, you know, oh, you have to fight this huge monster and, you know, yes, you have weapons, but, you know, you got to roll the dice and see how powerful your attack is going to be. And I feel like, you know, I rolled a couple 2s and 5s, but, you know, at the same time, sometimes I roll a 20. You know, sometimes I can stab that monster. Sometimes I can defeat it, as opposed to it just ripping me apart like it did for so long. Obviously, I apologize if the topic is triggering to anyone. I know that was that video, and this is a get ready with me. This is a different video. So I do apologize if the topic is triggering to you. You know, I'll move on in a second. Long story short, I'm very proud of that video that I made. I am relieved that I made it. You know, because quite a while ago, I want to say like months ago, I rewatched the video I made 6 years ago about where I discussed body dysmorphia, and I rewatched it, and, you know, I was like, okay, this is really interesting to see where I was mentally 6 years ago, and, you know, reflect on it and reflect on where I am now, how I feel now, 6 years later. And, you know, months ago, I was like, I got to film a follow-up. I have to reapproach this, and I have to not like share my story, but I needed to make a follow-up because that video is on my channel. It has been for 6 years. It's kind of like my first ever vlog. And it's me, it's me sitting in my car venting and, having a certain perspective at that time. And as I said, things are very, very different for me now. So in some ways, I wanted to make that video, almost as an acknowledgement of the other video. I didn't want it to just kind of be buried in my channel, buried under like makeup videos and stuff. Because, it's not to sound shitty, but it's my channel. I'm going to make the content that I feel I could and should make, to the best of my ability. And, I felt that it was finally time to make that follow-up video, to revisit the topic from a completely different perspective, from a healthier perspective, from a more introspective point of view. And you never know if your experiences and your words can help somebody else. And that was actually a huge part of why I wanted to make the follow-up, because my journey, my health journey, especially my mental health journey, it's been super rocky, but in the last 2 years, I have really, gone to town on my self-love. I have put, fuel on the fire. I have really been actively trying to constantly change my perspectives on myself as well as my life. I have been practicing gratefulness. And I think that's important to, mention that there is a difference between positivity and gratefulness. I feel that gratefulness is much more realistic to feel than positivity. Positivity is very, very difficult for some people, especially if, you don't want to feed yourself false positivity. You don't want to feed yourself forced positivity. That can be, it can be toxic to yourself sometimes. Not always, but forced positivity is much less effective than gratefulness. You could be miserable and still practice gratefulness. It is a specific mental tool to push through any type of dark thoughts or struggling thoughts or, depression, whatever affects you in a way where, whether you are struggling with your self-love or struggling with a medical problem, practicing gratefulness helps you get through the darkness, and it's not overnight. I just find that practicing gratefulness is extremely powerful and extremely useful. Much more effective than forced positivity or, just trying to be positive in general. I find it to be very difficult to be super positive. I feel like when you practice gratefulness, positivity can grow from that. I'm not saying that positivity overall is a bad thing, but gratefulness is almost the first step before positivity. Because at the end of the day, no matter how difficult life is, no matter how difficult your mental health is, there's always something to be grateful for. Literally always something to be grateful for. Whether it's something small or... Sorry, hold on. My nail broke, so I have to I'll deal with that later. Sorry. Distracted. Yeah, gratefulness is different than positivity, but they can go hand in hand. It's just when it comes to battling your battles, I personally, my advice to other people is to focus on gratefulness. Like I said, you could be fucking depressed and miserable and angry at life. You could be in a dark place, and instead of being positive, it's easier to pull things to be grateful for. It's easier to sit there and say, you know, this fucking sucks, but, you know, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for XYZ. That's way easier than positive thoughts. You know, think positive in the darkness, you know. Again, like, I don't know. I guess basically, going back to the initial topic of the video I made, if you are struggling with body dysmorphia or any type of mild eating disorder, I will say mild because I do feel that what I've struggled with in the past was not severe. It was very mild in comparison to what other people can suffer from and how it affects their health. And, you know, so some people get to a point where they need to be hospitalized, and I am lucky that mine was very mild and I was able to put in the work to reel myself in. And as I discussed in my body dysmorphia video, my diabetes was a huge part of that journey. It sounds absolutely insane, but my diabetes has affected my self-love in an extremely positive way. Because for the first time in my life, I am forced to take care of myself, to appreciate my health. You know, again, gratefulness. It is a powerful tool. So, you know, just, if you're fighting, fight the good fight. Keep going. You got this. But yeah, if you're interested, if the topic is not difficult for you, or if you are struggling but in the mindset to where you can watch my video, you know, just, I guess, you know, I just hope that besides the fact of updating my perspective, I hope that my video reaches somebody who needs to hear what I have to say. That's my hope for that video. Obviously I talk about myself, but I know I'm not alone out there. And I don't want anyone else to feel alone in their battle, because I battled too. Like I said, I've had body dysmorphia since I was like 13. And I'm 29. So, you know, everybody's different, but I just hope that my words can positively affect somebody else. That's my hope. Sorry, I rambled for a while, so this Get Ready With Me is going to be very long. But, you know, I really wanted to follow up on the topic, and like I said, I'm actually really proud of how the video came out. You know, it's very ranty, it's very brutally honest, and I'm happy for that. So, now we can move on from the topic. Thank you for listening. If you did have to fast forward, I completely understand. But this is the timestamp to where the topic is over. Let's go back to makeup. Okay, so I will say what I am noticing about this concealer. As much as I'm not getting the best first impression of it overall, it actually looks really good. Oof. I mean, there's a couple lines here and there, but that's unavoidable. That's literally my skin. Those are the wrinkles underneath my eyes. I call them smile lines. I don't know. I know smile lines are supposed to be lower on the face or something, I think. But, you know, I that's just the texture underneath my eye. Those are the lines. But compared to other concealers I've used, it actually looks pretty good. So that's cool. You know, because I don't want to shit on it completely just because I don't like certain things about it. I do want to give it a fair chance. I literally bought it like yesterday. So, you know, I think realistically, I will give this concealer a couple more tries. And if it doesn't, you know, if I find that it doesn't really work for me, then I will return it. But I do want to, like I said, I want to give it a fair try. I don't want to just be like, oh, shitty first impression, I'm just going to return it. Like, no, I do have to give it a try. This is literally the first time I'm using it. So you never know, you know? So yeah. Actually, you know, it's funny. I fucked up on my eyeliner, but I actually think it looks really cool. Like, I like how long it is. I like the shape of it. Again, not perfect, but I think it looks pretty good. Cool. All right, so powder's done. Now I want to take the Sugar Pill eyeshadow in Taco, my white shadow. And I am gonna do the space right here, as I do. I don't know if it's because of the concealer or not. But that is not as white as usual. I find it to be a lot more pigmented normally. Obviously, it looks very pigmented on camera, but I assure you, it's whiter on camera than in person. In person, it's a little dull. So I'm just wondering, maybe it's the concealer. but that's okay. We're learning. Cool. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, now, excuse me. Now we'll do lashes. Oh, I actually don't want to use these ones, do I? I have these huge fluffy ones, but I prefer these for days that I don't wear eyeliner. I prefer these for, like yesterday, I wore these without, I pretty much didn't wear makeup yesterday except for some shine on my inner corner and then these huge lashes. So these are useful for bare-faced days. I just think they're super pretty. They're just very fluffy. So I don't want to use these today. I actually have a better idea. Put these aside. I'm going to use these lashes. So that side and this side. I'm going to use these. These are super cool. I know they look ridiculous in the packaging, but on the eyes, these are so pretty. They're lightweight compared to the other ones. Like I said, those fluffy ones I just showed you, those are actually kind of heavy. Just because they are so thick and, you know, fluffy. But these are very lightweight. They are, like, they look so stinking pretty. You know, these were like $4 or $5 on Amazon. You know, I just wanted to try something different. So I did, and I really like them. Sorry, I gotta wipe the foundation off my mouth because it's starting to, like, dry. Ew. Much better. Huzzah. Okay, so lately for glue, I've been using the, I think it's Kiss. Yeah, Lash Couture is Kiss, I'm pretty sure. But the super strong lash adhesive, this is a newer glue, I think. Relatively new, maybe like a month or two since it came out. And I really like it. I think this is great. Obviously, the Tarte one is still my favorite. However, you know, this is super strong. This is really nice. You know, I'm going to use this until it's gone. I do still have a Tarte one, but we'll see if it dries out by me not using it. You know, some products can do that. It's inevitable. Some glue gets really nasty if it sits for a while. So we'll see if Tarte does that. Hopefully not, but again, it's a glue, whatever. But yeah, this stuff rocks. I like it a lot. It is latex free, thank fucking God. Otherwise my eyes and face would be in danger. I am very allergic to latex. It's a hot mess. So yeah, we are gonna take these lashes. Da, da, da. So, since we're on to different topics at this point, to steer away from the more emotional stuff, oh, actually, I'll tell you what. In the comments below, if you want to comment, tell me your favorite cryptid. Like, Bigfoot, Mothman, the Flatwoods Monster, Frogman, the Loch Ness Monster, technically. Like, what is your favorite cryptid? I really want to know. Not just that, but do you believe in aliens? Do you believe that aliens have visited Earth before? Do you believe that aliens have had a significant effect on humanity's timeline, essentially? Tell me that kind of stuff, because I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Oh, and here's another question. Do you believe in ghosts? If you do, or if you have had a paranormal experience, please tell me in the comments below. I'll be honest, I am a huge believer. I have had experiences with shadow people literally ever since my first shadow person. I think I must have been like 6 or 7. Like, I have had shadow people experiences for almost my whole life. Not, constantly. I'd say overall in the 29 years I've been alive, maybe like a handful of shadow people experiences. But those handful of experiences, sorry, I got a text. Those handful of experiences have been almost formative for me and my beliefs, and how I feel about spirituality and stuff like that. I have never, I can't say I've seen a ghost before. Obviously, I probably would have more to say about that if I did. But shadow people, for sure. Shadow people are capable of poltergeist activity, and I have experienced that as well. But, when it comes to poltergeist activity, I've only had one, thankfully, 1 or 2 experiences that were essentially poltergeist activity. But I know for a fact that there were shadow people based on what I saw, what I observed. I love how I went from talking about body dysmorphia to fucking ghosts. That's me. But yeah, if you have ever had a paranormal experience, or, if you want to tell me your favorite cryptid, like, please, I am so curious. Oh shit, my siblings are here. I'll be back.